Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round number 6 of the RSF1 season here, and we're around Singapore, which is looking a bit damp today. As you can see, we've just done a lap there in Q1 that's put us up the order a little bit, and we spun and had an incident. But I can tell you now, this race was not easy. We had 3 restarts. A couple of them were because of we had somebody join the session, and then we had a issue with the weather. And yeah, it wasn't an ideal situation, but you can see that lap puts me P6. And we're just circling at this moment. I can't remember if we're in Q2. I think we've jumped to Q2 at this point. I forgot to put in the end of Q1 and the end of Q2. But this looks like the end of Q2. We come around the final corner and see if we can improve, and we jump up to P6. And as you can see now, we're retiring from the session nice and early to say that we're the ones that have done the laps, and that's good enough. So that's the end of Q2. Now we go forward and jump into Q3. We lose Mando, Hippo, Tima, and Blue Sky, and somebody else down the very bottom. Might be my teammate Stars Orphan. Now we jump into Q2, and you can see we've Q3, sorry, you can see we corner cutted by accident and spun, hit the wall, and that is our qualifying done. P8. Not good enough really when our championship rivals are P1 and P2. But yeah, we're not on the pace today. It's a struggle for us. But we'll just get into the race, see if things improve. But to be honest with you, at this rate, what could go wrong will go wrong. We're struggling massively. But I can tell you now, the race will start under dry conditions and switch to wet conditions pretty shortly. So let's get into that now. I don't know why this has stayed in the video for so long. I may have made a mistake by leaving this part in. But yeah, we now jump forward to the race, and it's 5 red lights and go, go, go. Very quick start there. And we get a decent launch. Go down the inside of MC the Mighty, break a little bit later. Go really deep, and we spin on the Ferrari. I felt a little contact from behind, and that's what forced us into the Ferrari. And as you can see now, we're already down to last place. Well, 14th place and 15th as a drive-through. So not a good start. Not a lot you can do. Go into a corner, and then I felt a little bit of contact.
Okay,
Unfortunately, that
down.
contact
Your
forced
delta
us
is
wider,
negative.
and we spun off of it. Hippo makes a mistake right in front of us,
Okay,
but we go straight past Hippo. MC the Mighty had made a mistake prior, and that's why he's behind us. Now we're trying to fight our way through the field. We're into P7. The wet conditions, the rain is coming down, and the safety car is out after a little spin here by Rudy Ethan on the inside, who is out of the race. We have safety car conditions on the dry tyres, on the wet track. It's time to get into the pits and get into them. But as you can see in front of us, our teammate's right there, and it is going to be a double stack, unfortunately. But there's no preventing it. So we're going to have to double stack behind Stars Orphan. We're asking the weather conditions now just to see what the conditions will be. And we make a little mistake there, and MC the Mighty, I think, is spun behind us. There is a slow-moving car in the distance, and I believe he has spun. Now we're just trying to cruise around, see if we can get back to the pit lane safe and sound and get into the pits, and you can see we're sliding all over the place. The conditions are tricky now. We get into the pits now, we're coming in, we're going to double stack, and we go a little bit wide on the pit lane, and that gives us a penalty. Oh, whatever, game. That's ridiculous. We get a penalty for struggling into the pit lane. We didn't gain any advantage, in fact we probably lost time. So it gave me a penalty and an exceeding track limits as well, all at the same time. So that's just absolute bollocks, if you ask me. But what can you do about it? Anyway, the double stack, we're in. We'll get our wing fixed as well, because we did get a bit of wing damage from that first corner collision. And we're on to the intermediate tyres now. And hopefully there'll be a little bit of grip on these tyres. And we come out just inside of MC the Mighty actually. But he comes in for his pit stop, and we continue as we are. Now, I don't know why this has all remained in the video, because I'm pretty sure I did edit this out. But hey-ho, it's in the video anyway. And we come out, and it's basically just cruise around now and hope that we can get there. And now you can see we're staying behind Timmer, and Mando is crashed under the safety car and is out of the Grand Prix. Don't know what he's done, but he is out of the race. Now we're behind Timmer, and you can see someone's coming into the pits. RSF1 Kravitz is in the pit lane now, and a couple of others, because they're coming in for full wets. And at this point I didn't realise, I was just going along as I would. And down the inside of Timmer, conditions are awful. We go really wide. And we go out here now to see if we can let him back through, because yes, the game didn't give me a penalty for overtaking him, but I felt like I should, but then he just didn't go for the move, so I decided to accelerate away. But it is wet conditions now, full wet. We're struggling. There's just no grip, and we're coming into the pits now, a bit more cautious than we did prior. And it looks like Stars is in as well, so it's another double stack for us. It's a case of currently whatever could go wrong is going wrong for us. We're just having a shocking race, but we'll just see if we can get anything out of this. If we finish today, we will be in the points. It's one of them. If you do finish the race, you'll be in the points. And you can see we go onto the full wet tyres now. Come out just behind only Destroyer. I believe that is in front of us. Or was that Mr. Crunchy Bear? Sorry, that was Mr. Crunchy Bear. And Kravitz goes down the inside of us there for some reason, but turns in too late, hits the wall, and he is out of the Grand Prix. There's nothing we could do. We were just taking our race in line, and Kravitz decided to go for a gap that didn't exist, and we get a drive-through! Oh no, guys. We got the glitch that doesn't tell you about your Delta, and we got a drive-through. Just, give up. One of those races is one of those races, and it's a safety car as well for the Kravitz incident. But yeah, it's a case of why do we still try? What's the point? Because everything that can go wrong is going wrong, and we decided, do you know what? It looks still full wet, but at this point, who cares? We've gone onto the intermediate tyres, we're taking a gamble, because we've got a drive-through to serve as soon as it goes green anyway. So we pitted onto the inters on a full wet track realistically. And let's just see what we can do. Hippo's done the same thing behind us. And we're just going to see if we can sort of get some grip. Yeah, this has not gone well for us at all. Now we're just going to be cruising. We're just testing the grip of the car. It seems okay, but it's not fantastic, obviously, as you can tell. MG the Mighty's now crashed under the safety car as he pitted. No, he's retired in the pit lane. But we're in again. We've had damage. We've made contact of a wall somewhere along the line. And we're in the pits again on lap 18. Oh dear, how many pit stops have we had now, guys? This has been shocking. And the front wing is being changed. Another set of inters because sod it. And we're coming out of the pits now.
Complete, go now.
Oh dear. Even our teammate was in the pits as well then. He's come back in for the full wets. I think he pitted for the inters and then came back in for the full wets because it didn't go too well. So that's another double stack for us. I mean, oh dear guys, have you ever seen such an unlucky, unfortunate race? Because, yeah, we're witnessing it right now. And guys, I can tell you now, it gets worse. Yeah, it does get worse yet. This is fun. It's not going exactly fantastic, but we have served our driver. I can't remember when, but on the restart, we get past only Destroyer. And that's good for us. We're past him already. Now, can we push on and catch up with the cars in front? There's an exceeding track limits warning there. Now we've got Fruit Boy and Locker in front of us, and you can tell the track has changed over to intermediate tyres. Everybody is now on the inters. But we are basically just trying to hang on and see what we can do. Keep asking Jeff about the weather. He says light rain will stay until the end of the race now. Now we're just pushing. Locker and Fruit Boy battling side by side. We get an extending penalty there. And we're just watching them battle side by side as we're gaining corner by corner. Locker still there alongside Fruit Boy, holding it around the outside if he can. Fruit Boy there, makes a little mistake off the teammate of Locker. And we go around the outside of him, down the straight there, and we're up a position, we're in P5. But we do have 3 seconds of time penalty, Fruit Boy hasn't done. I'm sure we'll gain another one by the end of this race as well. And now we're all over the back of Locker. We're thinking about where we can make a move. We're going to see if we can just straighten up the car as quick as possible and maybe go for a move. But unfortunately, we couldn't get the car straight quick enough. And we are still here behind the Aston Martin car of RSF1 Locker. who is behind Dano, and Mr. Crunchy Bear's holding everybody up at the moment. We're looking about where we can make a move. Thinking about a move there. Go slightly wide, which opens the door for Fruit Boy, and we're not going to battle it too hard. We just let him go down our inside, and we just fall in behind. But Locker makes a mistake, and we pass Locker, so we don't really lose the position there. We stay where we were by losing position and gaining position on the Aston Martins. Now we're just going to see what's the best we can do. Mr. Crunchy Bear in the pit lane again. So he's having a shocker and all. He's back in the pits. And we had a little incident off that corner there. So now we're just chasing Fruit Boy. See if we can make a move before the end of this Grand Prix. And yeah, see what we've got pace-wise. Locker behind us. Destroyer obviously can improve. But we can see we've got a gap now. We've got a 6-second penalty. So we have gained another 3 seconds. But we do have a gap now to Locker and Destroyer. As we're behind Fruit Boy. And you can see Dano side by side for the race lead with, I don't know who's up there at the minute. Oh, it's Timmer. And it looks like it's a nice little battle. Timmer holds onto it for now, but Dano's not giving up the position. Dano's going to go around the outside and makes the move stick. He's in the P1. Timmer P2 at the moment, but Dano does have a 3-second time penalty. Now Fruit Boy looking to get all over the back of Timmer. Should be able to make a move as soon as possible. And it looks like he is going to make the move, but no, he sits in behind. He falls in behind now for the moment. And we are still here in the same position. We're not gaining anything. We're just cruising along behind Fruit Boy. And we're showing that we can keep up, despite the fact it's not one of our better tracks. We're keeping up. And we had an absolute nightmare, to be honest, all race. But right now, we would be on for a P5. Which wouldn't be an awful result at all. We go a little bit deep. But Fruit Boy there, still all over the back of Timmer. He's probably using some ERS because we're using ERS and we're not gaining on him. And Timmer's probably defending with a little bit as well because he wasn't losing any ground there to Fruit Boy. And we're still here behind. We're just cruising along. Is there a place where we can make a move? You can tell Fruit Boy is faster than Timmer right now, but it's just single file through this section. You cannot make a move unless you're extremely brave. And we lose the back end slightly, but we continue as we are. Fruit Boy all over the back of Timmer, and we are just watching. We're waiting for him to make that move, and we get a good run through this corner. Can we make a move? We lose the back end slightly, which costs us any opportunity to make a move. Go in deep, try and turn it back, cut back on the line, and it's at the moment it's a moment of, can we do anything at all right now, just to make an indent on the cars in front. Because I think if we do make a pass on them, we might be able to gap Timmer. But unfortunately right now, making a pass when you're this far back is pretty much impossible. So yeah, we can just do what we can. And we're coming in now to the under the bridge section. And we're just cruising along, seeing what we can do. And as you can see, Hippo has retired from the session. Hippo is out of the Grand Prix, and it brings out another safety car, which we realised at this point we had another fresh set of inters. So we come into the pit lane now to get another fresh set of inters on the car. Dropped us a position, but it didn't matter. But we're in the P5 now. Let's see if we can get a good restart. Maybe have a go at Destroyer off the restart. Now we're behind him. We're going to go a little bit deep, unfortunately. But we get away with it, we don't lose a position. You can see Timmer side by side with Fruit Boy. Dano's already getting away up front. And only Destroyer is sitting pretty right now. He's probably got the pace to go for a move on the cars in front. But right now he is being held up. So we're just sitting here. We're getting away from Crunchy Bear, which is good news. Locker's keeping up, but Locker has more penalties than ourselves. Destroyer looking like he's going to have a go at Timmer very, very soon. But then now again, we're all over the back of him. The Red Bull car is being held up by Timmer, which has given us an opportunity to potentially have a move, have a go at him soon. We lose the back end slightly, but we straighten up the car faster, so we do get a good launch. Now, all over the back of Destroyer. Can we make a move somewhere? We go for the little cut line. Works. Now we're all over the back of Destroyer. We should be able to go down the inside here on their hairpin. Gives us the space, brilliant driving from Destroyer, very respectful, down the inside, and now we should be able to get the launch off the corner, and we do, and make the move on Destroyer. Now we charge with the 2 cars in front of us who do not have a penalty. But you can see, Destroy goes straight on. But at this point, I wondered what was going on. Tim has got an X. Destroy went through us. And I can let you know, guys, what happened. Our game crashed. We lost our internet. We lost everything. So a case of what could go wrong, has gone wrong, has been added to. We've now been disconnected from the game. It's just an awful day for us, guys. I don't know how to describe what's gone wrong in this race, but every single thing that could have gone wrong has. And there you go, there's the connection problem. And we're disconnected, but now we jump back in, and you can see now we're down in P8. Behind Stars Orphan, our teammate. We've hit the wall, but at this point we don't really care, to be honest with you. We've got 6 seconds of penalties. Even if we pass Stars Orphan, we're not going to gap him by 6 seconds in 3 laps. Now we've got damage as well, so yeah, it's great. We've been absolutely ruined by everything that could have gone wrong today. And I'm very, very frustrated, as you can probably sense in my post-com. I'm recording this the next day as well. I gave myself a day to relax and cool down a little bit. And as you can see, we spin, hit the wall. Unfortunately, we're not out. At this point, we'd love to be out because my head's gone. Look, reversing, you can tell we're annoyed. We've just reversed straight into the wall. Our head is gone. We are very, very irritated at this point. And there's not a lot you can do. Can't lose another position. Mr. Blue Sky T is a whole lap down. Yeah, at this point we're trying to get another penalty as well. We can tell we've looked behind us. We've realised the race leaders are catching us. And if we let them lap us, we don't have to do another lap of this tragic circuit. So at this point, we've decided we're going to take getting lapped. So we're just cruising now. We're not pushing at all. We're just, as you can tell from the throttle input, we're not pushing. We just want to get lapped now. So we're going to make sure we get lapped in a sensible position. But we've had enough. It's one of those races where you just don't want to be there anymore. My head is fully gone. I'm going to make sure I get to the straight so that I don't get lapped on the corner. As you can tell, I'm just about judging it right. And we're going to turn really sharp left and not accelerate and let them lap us. This has just been one of those races where you just don't want to be here. Whatever could have gone wrong for me has gone wrong, and yeah, very annoyed. Very annoyed. We come home from P8, as you can tell, from that last corner. Very pissed off. Yeah, P8 will be the best we can do today. Not good enough, really, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's episode. Next race is Mexico. I've been Chris12LFC, and I'll see you later.